What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay versus BluffedNoc. I throw paper, he throws paper, and I throw rock, and he goes back on paper. I thought he was going to go scissors there, so he gets to go first. Alright, that sucks. Game 1, he's got Snatch Steal, Thunder Dragon, Torrential, Mirror Force, Knock, and Deco. I've got a pretty poop hand here. Deco, Jar of Greed, Thunder Dragon, Magician of Fate, and Yugioh. So he discards Thunder Dragon, obviously. And he sets Deco and passes. I draw into Chaos Sword. So my hand is not very good here. Should have just ran this Deco out and just swung, but I did not. So all I can do is set the Jar of Greed and set the Deco and pass. He draws into Sinister Serpent. He fires the knock, and I banish the other one, and he banishes two, and then he flips Deco and draws, so this is not good for me at all. He draws into card destruction. And I tell him, looks like you're on Ivan's list, and he says, he's ass, and I say, for real. And he just attacks with Deco and sets Torrential and passes. I draw into Snatch Steal, and I fire Jar of Greed, and I draw into Upstart Goblin. I fire the Upstart Goblin and draw into Breaker. So I'm glad I drew into this Breaker right here, because I was going to definitely Snatch Steal and summon Yugioh. Instead, I summoned Breaker, and it got Torrential. So this at least evens the card advantage. So not really mad at this at all. He draws Jar of Greed for turn. So he sets the Jar of Greed and passes. I draw into a Spy. I decide to set Spy and pass. He draws Heavy Storm. This guy's name is so funny. Jinzo for the Winzo. He fires Jar of Greed on me and draws into BLS with the Dark and Light. Must be nice. It sucks that... Oh, I'm not going to tell you what happened. You don't know. So, he drops BLS on me. And instead of just banishing, he decides to just go for it and swing. And it is a Spy, which I was okay with. And he hits the other Spy. And he sets Mirror Force and sets Heavy and passes. Oh no, he sets sets 3 and then he card destructions here. So at this point, I'm thinking that I got this shit, maybe a chance, but he just got a lot of my good shit. He got my Snatch, he got my Chaos Sword, he got my Yugioh. It's pretty bad. He draws into Chaos Sword, Night Assailant, and Jar of Greed. I draw Double Knock, Chaos Sword, Solemn Judgment, Torrential, and Fate. He sets Night Assailant and sets Jar of Greed and passes. I draw into another Solemn Judgment. So I decide to knock the face down. It is a Night Assailant. And I guess he's only on one Night Assailant in this deck, which is crazy. And I banish a Dark, banish a Light, and I drop Chaos Sword. And I banish. And I set Faith, and set Knock, set Torrential, set Solemn, and set Solemn and pass. He draws into Upstart. He fires the Upstart. I say okay. And he draws into Breaker. He fires Heavy Storm. I have to Solemn this. I wish I wouldn't have, not seeing what he has in his hand. Definitely wish I wouldn't have done that, because now he is going to get me. Because he drew the Breaker. He fires the Breaker, and he summons Breaker, and of course he gets my Solemn Judgment, which is terrible for me. And he Jar of Greeds into the perfect Ring of Destruction. So awesome. This is just going wonderful for me, game 1. And then he fires Snatch Steal, takes my Chaos Sword, swings with the Breaker. And I get Snatch Steal back. It's not going to matter. And he hits me for 2,300. I can't do shit. And Standby Phase, or Draw Phase, he just Ring of Destructions for game. So that is the game one. He got my ass good there by drawing into breaker and ring. What can I do? So game two, I put some trap dust shoots in, a mind control, and a kaiku, I think. So game two, I open a pretty good one here. Torrential, ring, pot of greed, thunder dragon, upstart, and Dakochi. I discard the thunder dragon, and I grab two more. I fire upstart and draw into breaker. Then I play Pot of Greed and draw BLS and Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. And I decide to set ring and set deco and pass. He draws into card destruction. So he's got card destruction, BLS, deco, duo, Sangan, and tribe. So he decides to set the duo and then fire the card destruction here. And this is just not the best play in my opinion. But he decided to do it, so this just makes him go neg here, and I get to draw 6 brand new cards. I was actually joking with him and telling him to card D me right now, and he said, I think I might, and it's so funny, he just drew it on his last card. So this is good for me. I get to draw 6, but he does have duo. He draws Thunder Dragon, Ring, Book, and Mind Control. I draw Snatch Steal, Jar of Greed, Knock, MST, Mirror Force, and Tsukiyomi. And then he fires duo on me. And rolls a 3 and gets my MST, and I throw out Jar of Greed. Then he plays Mind Control and gets my Dakochi, which is great. And he gets the draw. He draws Torrential. He sets the Torrential. And then he discards Thunder Dragon. And he sets Book of Moon and passes. I draw into Solemn Judgment. Now, at this point, I'm thinking that he has Torrential. So I just go right into battle and just hit him for 1,400. Because I just drew Solemn Judgment. So I'm going to get his Torrential to get negated by this Solemn Judgment here. So I set Mirror Force, set Solemn, and I just pass. He draws into Breaker. So he runs the Breaker out, and I decide to Ring of Destruction. Putting him down to 5k and me 64. And he just passes. He doesn't set ring. I draw Dust Shoot, which is a pretty good draw. Now I summon Tsukiyomi, and he's like, I got you, Torrential, but I got him because I have Solemn Judgment, and I just negate it. And then I get to draw another one. I draw into Sangan. And I hit him for 2,500. So, big brain there by not just summoning the Tsukiyomi the first turn. Solemn Judgment obviously was clutch. If I wouldn't have drew it, I probably would have done it, but it is what it is. So I instantly fire Trap Dust Shoot, and I get his Thunder Dragon. And, which is crazy to me, he did not discard the Thunder Dragon to get the other one out of the deck. Which was a super misplay on his part. He's probably going to watch this video. I just don't understand why he didn't do that. You always want to discard Thunder Dragon when it goes back in the deck. So he sets Jar of Greed and sets Ring and passes. He does not discard the Thunder Dragon. And he decides to just fire Ring of Destruction right away here, which is fine with me. He doesn't want to die. And I draw into Mind Control. So I just run Sangan out and hit him for 1,000. And he takes it. Now he's at 100. And I set Mind Control and pass. He in-phase Jar of Greeds. He draws into Regeki Break, and then he draws MST. So he really doesn't have much here. He sets MST and sets Regeki Break and passes. I draw into Upstart Goblin. I go into battle and swing, and he decides to, when I enter battle phase, MST, because he thinks it's a Solemn Judgment, but it is Mind Control. And then he wastes Book of Moon on my Sangan, but he has to do it anyways because he's going to die. And then I decide to Upstart. And I draw into a deco. And I set the deco and pass. He draws into another Mind Control. So it's so freaking funny. He Mind Controlled my deco last time. And wouldn't you know it, he gets to Mind Control it again. So I'm like, alright, cool. Double Mind Control. It's always the fucking deco. And he flips it and he draws into a knock. So at this point, I think he's got me. Well, I know it's Thunder Dragon in hand because he didn't discard it. So that's good for me, I guess. He knocks and just passes. I draw into Faith. I decide to just go into battle and swing, and he Regeki breaks the deco because he has to, and I set Faith and pass. He draws into the Thunder Dragon that he would have not had in deck if he would have discarded it. That shit is funny as hell. So that's why you discard the Thunder Dragon. That is a prime example right there. I was just talking about that. BluffedNoc, you fucked up, bro. Just saying. You've always been cool with me, though, so no hard feelings, but you always discard the Thunder Dragon, so you don't leave it in your deck. He could have drew any other card there, but it really wouldn't have mattered no matter what he drew, because I had Knock for a set, I had Snatch for a monster, and I had Mirror Force down, so was not winning that game regardless of the Thunder Dragon, so unless he had a damn miracle. So, game 3, he opens. Double Mind Control, Card Destruction, Deco, Thunder Dragon, and Faith. And I've got a pretty good grip as well. I've got Thunder Dragon, Duo, Faith, Trap Dust Shoot, and Solo. He discards the Thunder Dragon and gets himself 2 more. And he decides to set Deco and just pass. I draw into Wing Blast. So I decide to instantly duo him. See what I can get. I roll a 2 and I get his whatchamacallit, his Mind Control, and he throws out Thunder Dragon. So now I discard the Thunder Dragon and I decide to set Solemn, set Wing Blast, and set Trap Dust Shoot and pass. And he draws into Ring. So now I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to Trap Dust Shoot him first. And then in the same chain, I'm going to activate Wing Blast. So Wing Blast will go off first because it resolves backwards. Putting his deco back in deck, and it will get shuffled in. So that was a pretty good play by me. So let's go. So now all he has is Thunder Dragon, Card Destruction, Ring, and Mind Control. So he's going to try to fire the Mind Control here, and I'm going to instantly Solemn Judgment it. Not letting you get my Faith. It's not happening, bro. And he's going to set Ring of Destruction and then play Card Destruction. And I draw into Solemn Judgment, which is nice, and he draws Heavy Storm. And he just passes. My life points are pretty low here. I draw into a Ring. I decide to flip the Fate and get the Duo, and I just duo his card. And it is Heavy Storm, so now I'm only at 2,500, pretty low here. I know this is Ring, and I poke him for 300, and I set Ring and set Soul and pass. He draws into Mirror Force, and he passes. He does not set the Mirror Force. I draw Kaiku, so I run the Kaiku out here, and he tries to ring the Kaiku, which I know he has, and I just instantly Solemn Judgment it. So I'm like, screw it. It is what it is. I got this Solemn Judgment sitting here, waiting, so will definitely help me. Or no, I got Ring of Destruction, it will not help me. So, and I decided to switch the Faith to defense. I just used Solemn, no shit. So, and I banish both of his Thunder Dragons. He draws into Tsukiyomi, and it's pretty funny because I'm at 1250. So actually the Ring will come in handy. So I just ring him. And now I'm at 150, and he is at 4,800. And he sets Mirror Force and passes. I draw into Breaker. So I decide to flip Kaiku and just play around Torrential a little bit. I figured he would have definitely Torrentialed when I flipped this, so it's not Torrential. And I run the Breaker out, and I break, and it is a Mirror Force. So I swing with Kaiku and banish both his Darks and Lights, and I pass, and I say go. And he draws into Regeki Break. And he says, GG's my guy. So I'm thinking that he top deck Kaiku or something to beat me. I don't know. But he drew Regeki Break. So that is the replay, everybody. Hit the like. Hit the sub. If you haven't heard the news, I'm canceled on all platforms for some bullshit. I literally set a song. I set a verse in a song. And it happened to say the N-word in it. I'm not racist as shit. And WGM is just a bitch who thinks I am. And I'm banned in the War League shit. But it's all good. Don't need their views anyways. It's all good. I got no problems with anybody. I really, a lot of people don't like me because I say it how it is. I'm going to say a song if I want to say a song. They were talking about Who Wants Smoke. All I did was put a verse on it, and the guy called me a white boy. You won't say it again. Bullshit. And I said it like 2 more times, and he banned me from the fucking War League Discord. But that being said, peace out. Bye.